Alright, so this is a question for people who've went with standalone systems. I was going to look at using the crank flywheel as a trigger, but Nissan always does some fucked up shit. Basically, these are the teeth that you see. Let me see what you see there. These are the teeth like triggers, like in a crank wheel trigger. But it doesn't space individually, because usually you'll have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then like by the time you get back over here, like going around counting, you'll get to this last one, and then there'll be a space, like no trigger, and then that. So basically, it could be like a 36 and one wheel, things like that. But then this, Nissan and their damn flywheels, it has the grooves that fit, and then it has a space. Then it starts back again, and then a space. And unfortunately, that can't work. I was looking to see about using that as a crank trigger, but I'm gonna have to rely on the cam trigger. So now I'm gonna go look at the cam trigger and then see what's up. Alright, so here goes the trigger that's on the intake. Both of them are the same. I'm looking at here, because your VR sensor goes in here, your magnetic pickup, and then these are the notches. But Nissan always does these funky slot shit, because even like with the KA, in order to get like I think they had a 360 degree, or maybe like 359 slots on their crank trigger. So then if you wanted to run weighted spark or sequential, you needed to use their DIY trigger wheel. So now I'm gonna have to research Mega Squirt and see what they're how they're using this, or what, in order to see what the how to know what the crank is at in terms of syncing the ECU with the motor. So one of the issues why we always try going off the crank is because when you come off the when you come off the cams, there's slop that's associated just with the chain stretching and such. So it might be off about maybe 2 to 3 degrees, and obviously when that's happening, you're not making optimal power. I mean, it's kind of minute, like just like for street driven or whatever. But you always want to go after a crank trigger. So I'm gonna research and see what VQs are doing regarding standalone ECUs and doing that, because a lot of times they say little teeth that you bolt on in front of the crank pulley, or even behind, or depending on, and then hook up a VR sensor to mount and read it. And so that's basically where I'm at. So we'll see what's up. But alright guys, so basically regarding the cam sensor, I just want to know, maybe you guys have some information that you can shed upon me about regarding like a crank sensor for the VQ, or how there's a couple people that have done Mega Squirt. I think there was one that was on I don't know, it was like basically Power Spark, or some people in Fort Lauderdale, some guy named Jordan, he tuned a 2J and a Supra with an MS3 Pro, and they were showing how they did the retard timing, launch control. So basically what would happen was, when you did two-stepping off the line, and then you went, they could do it timed base, where it would retard the timing for a little bit of time before it would then switch back to its regular timing map. And they were able to get like good 60 foot out of that. So that's one of these people that done that. So I just need to that was on 2J, but basically on a VQ, there's someone's done it. I don't even know why I reference it, but I was just kind of just thinking in the head. So if you guys know anything, let me know. Just let me know. All right, man, thanks.